Hello, my name is Gabby, and today I'm going to be doing my June wrap-up. In the month of June, I read a total of 7 books, which isn't exactly as much as I read last month, but I'm still pretty happy with it. My month of reading this month was okay. I mean, I had a couple of books that I really did enjoy, but I had a couple of books that I was just not really feeling too much, so it's kind of a mixed bag. Also, I'm kind of sorry about the lighting in here. This is my first video that I'm filming at night, because this is kind of like last minute. I forgot that I had to do this today, so bear with me. First book I picked up this month was Skyscraping by Cordelia Jensen. This is a book that actually just came out this month. It came out June 2nd, and I read it like a few days after it came out, and this book was freaking amazing. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's the only book this month that I actually gave 5 stars to. It takes place in 1993 in New York City, and she discovers that her dad is gay. Then not only does she discover that her father is gay, but that he also has HIV, and it takes a really big toll in her life. And the story is told in like poetic verses, but I think that that really added to the story and it made it really beautiful. The father-daughter relationship in this book is what really drew me into the story and made it so emotional for me. I was emotionally connected to all of these characters, and there's a real atmospheric vibe in this book with the New York City skyline constantly being described, and it's just a truly beautiful story. And I finished it in one sitting because I couldn't put it down because it was so good. And the author actually messaged me on Goodreads after I posted my review saying thank you so much, and that she cried while she read my review, and she was just a really sweet person. So I strongly recommend picking this one up if you haven't. This book deserves a lot more attention than what it's getting right now, and this has become one of my all-time favorites, so definitely check this one out. Alright, so the second book I picked up this month was Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. I finally got around to reading this one. I know it's, I love Colleen Hoover books, and this one I ended up giving a 4.5 out of 5. I really loved it. The beginning, I just want to get the negative out of the way first. So the beginning of this book, I really hated both of the main characters. I hated Sky and Dean. I just felt like he was so creepy and stalker-like, and then after about 200 pages, we discover all these things about these characters, and we figure out why they are the way they are. It just got so intense and amazing and crazy at the end of this book that I couldn't not give it a better rating, you know? Like, the beginning of this book to me was maybe worth a 2.5 or so, but then after the story finally picked up, it got so much better, and I just that's exactly what I want in a Colleen Hoover book, you know? And by the end, I was a huge fan of Sky and Dean, both. I just really adored this book. It was really good towards the end. But if you're struggling with this one, I would definitely recommend just pushing through the beginning, because I know I really didn't like it in the beginning either, but once you get past that, it gets super good, and it turns into the Colleen Hoover book that we all expect. Alright, the next book I picked up this month was actually an ebook, and it was More Happy Than Not by Silvera. This book is about a boy who is gay, but he's kind of not out of the closet yet, and it takes place in Brooklyn, New York. There's this procedure in the book called the Latio or something like that, where you can get your memories erased, I guess. So, or I think it's you can just pick specific memories to erase, so that you can have a better life, you know? People are erasing sad deaths from their life, and things like this. So that's going on during the book, and we follow this character named Aaron, who is struggling because his dad just committed suicide recently. It's basically that's the plot of the story. I did really enjoy this book. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I mean, I liked it. It just wasn't really what I was expecting it to be. I just thought that at the end of the day, the characters were kind of forgettable, and the book in general just kind of didn't really stick with me. I'm even having trouble now remembering everything that happened because, I don't know, it just didn't really stick, you know? So I liked it. It wasn't one of my favorites. Alright, so the next book I picked up was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. Anyways, I ended up giving this book also a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm not a huge fantasy reader. It's actually my least favorite genre, and I hardly ever read fantasy. I liked a lot of aspects about it, but I didn't even understand half of the other things that were going on. I just found it to be really confusing at times, and I liked most of the characters for the most part. I really liked Gansey. I liked Blue a lot. I was so confused half the time, and I really liked the aspect of like her being a psychic and she can like read minds and stuff, and like I think that whole thing's really cool, and I like that they're all at this university and there's all this like paranormal stuff going on. I really enjoyed all of that stuff, but for the most part I was generally confused, and I don't really plan on continuing this series, which is kind of a bummer because I know everybody really loves this book and raves about it, but I don't know, I'm just really not into fantasy. I don't know why I keep trying to try new fantasy books, but it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so the next book I picked up this month was Alienated by Melissa Landers, and this book was so adorable. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This book is about this girl named Kara Sweeney who's like the valedictorian at her high school, and she gets the opportunity to host an alien at her house for this scholarship program, and this guy named Alex, it's kind of like Alex, but it's like pronounced Alex, and he's from this planet Lair. Their world is kind of described as this like colorless gray, brown, dark world. When he comes to Earth, he's so fascinated by all the colors and, you know, vivid things on Earth, and I just thought this book was really, really cute. It's like a really fun book. I mean, obviously, I feel like this book was written for a little bit of a younger audience, like maybe early teens, but still, if you're just looking for a fun book, then I would recommend this one. This one kind of reminds me of like Twilight, but with aliens and not vampires, and this one was a lot more like fun than Twilight in my opinion. But overall, I just really loved Alex. Like even when he was trying to like be rude, it was just funny and adorable, and I just really, really love his character. Kara, she grew on me throughout the book. I didn't really care for her that much in the beginning, but throughout the book I started to like her more and more, and I really love how Alex pronounces her name like Kara, like how he says it like he does, because he doesn't know how to say Kara, like with the A. I don't know, he's so cute. Their romance, the way it slowly blossoms, it's just so cute, and I loved all the like intergalactic scenes and stuff like that, and him talking about his world. It's just really cool, and I can't wait to pick up the next one in this series. I really enjoyed this book. Alright, so the next book I read this month was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. Finally got around to reading this super hyped book, and to be honest, I mean, I liked this book a lot, but I don't think it lives up to the hype that's been built around this book, because I know a lot of people who say this is their favorite contemporary book ever, and they just love and praise this book so much, and I just thought it was like cute, but it was okay, you know. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars because I did end up really loving it towards the end. But in the beginning of this book, I had so much difficulty getting through this because Anna annoyed the shit out of me, like straight up. Like she was just so annoying, and she kind of made Americans look like idiots, which was really pissing me off. She was just so dumb sometimes, and I couldn't get over it. I was like getting so pissed all the time. And then St. Clair, I really do like St. Clair. I think sometimes he can be kind of like an asshole, even though he doesn't mean to be, but I ended up really liking St. Clair by the end of this book. I wasn't that invested in this book until about 200 pages in or so, when there's like a big plot twist revealed about St. Clair's family, and then from that point on I started enjoying this book a lot more. I really did enjoy, though, their scenes during their Thanksgiving break, I believe it was, or winter break, where St. Clair was like staying in her dorm room and stuff, and they were like sleeping on the same bed together, and it was just like so awkward and adorable. And like Anna's, honestly, like she got so much more relatable in those moments, because I can just imagine that I would be the same. I don't know, I ended up really liking it. I really liked the atmosphere of Paris in this book. It just felt really nice. Alright, and the last book I read this month was Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, which is the second book in the series with Anna and the French Kiss. And I actually like this book a lot more than Anna and the French Kiss. I still did give this one 4 out of 5 stars just because I did have a few issues with Lola's decisions and a few different plot points, but other than that, I really did enjoy this book. It was really, really cute. I loved Lola's 2 gay dads, Andy and Nathan. They were both really, really fun parents, and they were actually really strict on her, but like in a protective way, so I really, really liked them too. And Cricket Bell is like one of my new favorite characters. He's just so sweet to Lola, and he's so cute and like nerdy. He wants to be an engineer, and he has like like his signature watch and like tight pants, like, you know, he's just, I don't know, I really like cricket. And I love the fact that his sister is involved in ice skating. Like, I've always found ice skating really fascinating, so it was really cool to read about like a professional figure skater. And I really actually like Lola a lot. I mean, she's kind of quirky and weird and obsessed with fashion, but I really did like her, and she felt a lot more real because she had this interesting obsession, you know, and just really love this book. I love that it takes place in San Francisco. It's just so exciting, and this book was like a breath of fresh air, and it had some really cute quotes and moments, and I love the fact that Anna and St. Clair were in this book too. I thought that was really cool. Alright, so those were all the books that I read in the month of June. I hope to have a little bit of a better reading month next month. Hopefully I'll have more time to read, and the booktubeathon is next month, so I can't wait for that. That's about it, so I'll see you guys soon. I have a few tags planned that I want to do, so I'm going to do those as soon as possible, and thanks for watching as always.
Girl, better feel good, don't it?